Welcome to another Sunday Live. We are chilling inside on a cold day over the UK. You got like sleet, is that right, Daryl?
Sleet, yeah, no snow, but it's absolutely Baltic. It's rain, winds, it's absolutely horrible. I've not been out at all. It's just terrible. So yeah, staying in warm behind the fire, cooking, cleaning, all that kind of stuff. Having a bit of a domestic day. Yourself?
That's good. Yeah. Just I figured I'd put the little fire in the background here and just kind of relax a little bit. I like winter,
Really?
I like winter. Yeah, a lot of people are like, why do you not like, or why do you deal with winter and stuff like that?
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely like snowbanks. I was telling my wife today as we were driving, I was like,
Mm.
look at these snowbanks and look at all this snow, all the people's effort that went into removing this snow, and
Mm.
it's like everybody collectively does it. So it's kind of
Yeah.
like a cool thing that everybody sort of, we all suffer together.
Bit of a community thing then. Yeah, people kind of
Yeah.
dig out the snow and the roads, help each other out, do they? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely they do. So
Yeah.
awesome. Well, we got a great show for you today. I'm really looking forward to today. We do have prizes.live, which we'll do a giveaway for that. So if you have not registered that one time for prizes.live since the last time we talked on Sunday, make sure you go to prizes.live, fill it out. It's a minimal viable form at this point. We're going to build out a whole website for it eventually here, but we just want to try it out. It's my belief that sometimes you just try things out and see how they work before you sort of spend a lot of time building them out. But I think that it's starting to have some legs. I think that prizes.live could definitely be something very cool. And this week we're going to give away that final stack of Quick Blog
Yep.
lifetime deals or whatever, and they'll get the full stack.
AppSumo codes, aren't they, Daryl? Yeah, more
Yeah.
AppSumo codes that we've got from QuickBlog. Yeah, we've got the
Yeah.
last batch of them. Mm-hmm.
So the only thing I ask is when you try it out, give him a review. He's been very, very gracious to the show. Really appreciate what Duran George has done from QuickBlog.
Mm-hmm.
He's his app is on fire. I mean, the number of reviews I just saw on AppSumo is just incredible for that. So it's really doing great. So
yeah, it's now a select product as well, isn't it? So I mean, he just did a self launch, and then they picked it up, and he got popular, and now he's being promoted by them. So yeah, it's a great story. So it's been good. So look, just a quick shout out. We'll say hello to CX3P. Good to have you with us. And he's also asking, do we re-register weekly for prizes live? So the answer is yes. So it's a fresh draw every week, new prize, and go back into it. Put your name and email in, and you go into the draw for that week, and then we start a clean slate the next week after that with a new prize and a new draws and a new list of names. So absolutely, re-register each week on prizes.live.
Yep, it's easy as that. Doesn't cost you a thing. So yeah, we're looking forward to that. I will have an update for probably Mass Website Builder next week. I was hoping to have an update for you this week, but it'll probably be next week. I'm doing a few things, and yeah, so we'll be able to talk to you about that. We also will have that domain giveaway today. So I'm just going to go ahead and flash that on the screen here. These are the domains that are up for grabs. We brought back carseatbelt.com. We have buybedsonline.com, bugsremoval.com for the bug removal industry, I guess, and averagegasprices.com. So those are the 4 that we have today that you get to pick from when we do the domain giveaway at the top of the hour. So that kind of gets us started here with sort of the outline of what we're talking about. It's a Sunday Live. We do it every Sunday at 5 o'clock here on Mass Page Tools and on Simon's channels as well. And we welcome you here. We're thankful to have you here. And we're going to talk about some good stuff today, some stuff that will probably help you out on your journey for marketing your business and making yourself, appear in the search engines. So that's a really important part.
Sounds good. Yeah. So this week I'm going to be talking about plagiarism. So that's obviously an interesting topic for SEO and content marketing, both in terms of if you are using plagiarized content yourself, whether knowingly or unknowingly, or if your competitors are as well. So I'm going to be just talking about how you spot it and what it looks like, and some of the tools that you can use to identify it as well. So we're going to be going through that a bit later, which should be good.
Very good. Very good. Yeah, absolutely. So Great. So we have some people that are in. Be sure to let us know in the comments. Anytime you have a question or you just want to give us a reaction, it's all about that interactivity that we really, really like. If you're watching on the replay, we'd love a like on this video and maybe a subscribe if you haven't already done so. The subscribers are growing, and we're really thankful for it, and we couldn't do it without you. So thank you guys very much for being here.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, for last week's slides, we did about a mass page site in the wild, talked about jrock.com, and actually had a lot of questions coming in after that from people. So it was a really good feedback and questions. So always happy to help. And obviously, Daryl and I have our URLs for that. So if you want to get in touch with me, it's simons.chat and Daryl is daryl.chat. So we really thrive on the feedback and the questions that you give us. We have to think up of a new idea, a new theme for each week for what we're going to talk about and put the show together. So if there are things that you think you'd like us to cover off, any ideas, things you think we didn't answer one time you'd like to follow up, please get in touch and give us some feedback and interactivity, and that would be much appreciated. So yeah, it should be good.
Awesome. Well, I think we might as well get underway. So our very first topic, Simon's going to handle, and we're going to talk about plagiarism tonight.
Yeah, just give me a second. The normal handover. Just get my screen shared. Hold on a second.
I'm going to do the same thing because I pulled mine down. So I'll take mine down now. There we go.
Yeah, hold on. I'm doing the wrong thing here. So can you see everything here?
Yes, we can. Yep.
Yeah. So how and why to spot plagiarism? So plagiarism is a pretty common topic in SEO. So this is some reasons why you might want to look out for it. And I think there's obviously a different approach, whether it's something that may be on your site but others. So we're going to talk about some of the reasons why you might want to look into it. So pretty standard stuff. Definition of plagiarism.
Did you plagiarize that definition? Just double checking.
I actually paid for this image here. I paid for.
What about this definition here?
I should have put a source in. It's a good day. It's from Google, and I do actually have a source on the next one. But it's a very good point. But I plagiarized it. Yeah, plagiarized. So the practice of taking somebody else's work or ideas and passing them off as one of those. I guess there's a debate about whether I am passing this off as my own or not. But anyway, look. Thanks for keeping me on track there, Daryl. So yeah, this is actually from Google. So you type in plagiarism, and this actually I think is from the Oxford Dictionary. So it just comes in. It's the practice of taking somebody else's work or ideas and passing them off your own. So I'm talking here about a dictionary definition, not a legal definition. So what I'm talking about here, I'm not providing any legal advice or even a moral judgment. Copyright law obviously varies by jurisdiction. So the law in the UK is different from the US to Canada to anywhere else across the world. So please do your own research. Please don't take what I'm saying as legal advice, just to kind of get that out of the way up front. And when we're talking about plagiarism, there's 4 different types of plagiarism. I think I'll highlight. There's direct plagiarism, where obviously somebody just copied directly from a site, either part or all of the site itself, or a page. There's mosaic plagiarism, where people have used quotes and excerpts but haven't cited their source properly or at all. There's self-plagiarism, where you copy yourself again and again. It particularly happens in sort of academic text. If somebody's written a dissertation and they publish something a bit later on, they use large parts of the work again. And accidental plagiarism, and this happens quite a lot more than you think. If you're writing about a particular topic, you can actually have sections of content that look very similar, and they may not pass software tests to look at it, and you could get yourself into sort of questions being asked about content you cite. But obviously direct plagiarism, the one that we're particularly focused in on, where people are deliberately copying material. Right. So here's a number of reasons why you might want to know about plagiarism on your own sites. Now, that might be because you are plagiarizing other people's stuff, and obviously there's various different techniques, and we're going to talk about some techniques later on in terms of taking content, rewriting it, repurposing it, and there's obviously a legal debate, which I'm not going to get into, about how much content is plagiarized and how much is taking inspiration from. There's many tools in the marketplace. I know one of them is Copyscape, which we're going to talk about, and that's one of the tools that's held up as a kind of a benchmark of, if it passes a Copyscape test, then the contents often seem to be kind of unique enough or different enough to be legitimate and used. So here's a few reasons why you might want to know if you've got plagiarism on your site. So the first thing is, did you get what you wanted from your content writer? And I've had a situation where I've bought content from a writer. They've sent it back. I've actually checked it myself on Copyscape, and it's failed a Copyscape test, and that's because it was effectively made me plagiarized from somebody else's article. Now, that's fine if that's what you've paid for, but in that instance, I hadn't paid for that. I'd been paying 10 cents a word for something that was unique content. So that was a fail. I raised it with the content writer. They rewrote it, and that was all fine. But that was a clear issue that you don't want to pay, 6, 7, 8, whatever, 10 cents a word for something that is effectively plagiarized and is going to fail Copyscape. So that's, you got to know what you're paying for. The second thing is SEO. Your SEO could be suboptimal because of plagiarism. Now, we talked last week about duplicate content on a mass page site, but that content was all on the same site. It was the owner's content duplicated across many pages with some variations, but it was essentially their content. Where you have a real issue on duplicate content is when it's copied from somebody else's site, where Google's already seen it, indexed it, ranked it, and then you come along with something that's plagiarized, and it's not going to rank. Now, if you're the original source, well, we're going to talk about if somebody's stolen your content, but if you've just taken it off somebody else's site, plagiarized it, it doesn't really look that much different. Google's not going to give you much credit for it. So you're pretty much wasting your time plagiarizing other people's content if you don't change it enough, because Google's going to choose to rank the original source, and you're not going to get much of a boost. So you can lull yourself into a false sense of security if you're plagiarizing other people's content and you haven't made it different enough. I think the main thing I would worry about is your reputation at risk. So if you're dealing with a client and it's plagiarized content, whether you know about it or not, and they see that, then the awkward question is going to be asked about why they're paying you, potentially top dollar for unique human written content, and actually it turns out that it's just been ripped off somebody else's site. So I guess that's what you'd have to manage with a client, and I think that's the biggest risk, apart from any legal risks. But as we know, legal challenges tend to be pretty expensive a lot further down the line. People can raise things like DMCAs to have your content taken down, but really the legal action stuff tends to be more threats than actual reality. But it can get pretty serious if you're up against a media organization that's got deep pockets. But I think the biggest risk on plagiarized content on your own site or a client site is that the client asks, well, why why has this been plagiarized, and that's going to be something that damages your
can
reputation.
I ask?
Yeah, I was going to ask you, Daryl.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts?
As a photographer, you can answer this probably better than anybody in this discussion. But photography plagiarism, if you will, it's stealing somebody else's graphic or whatever. They seem to come down a little harder on that than just something that's rephrased. So I was wondering what your input was on that.
Yeah, I mean, I think when an image is plagiarized, it's much more obvious that it has been plagiarized. It's easier to identify. And in the UK, and I'm not going to, without giving you legal advice, when we're talking about plagiarizing content, there's an argument about whether it's substantive plagiarism, substantive copying or not. And there's always a debate about, well, what is that? What is that? How much, what percentage of a page has to be reworked to what point for it to be plagiarized or not? And it's not a cut and dried case. So clearly, if somebody's taken part or all of your image, even the digital footprint, the pixels that make up that site, the hex code that's in it, it's fairly obvious that is an image that you've taken. And at least in the UK, the copyright image is very much on the copyright law is very much on the side of the photographer as the creator of that original content. So I think it's easier to prove. Yeah, and there are obviously the software that can track images, and you can sign up to subscriptions that identify where your images have been. But very like Copyscape, it just hunts for them. It even sends out automatic letters to people that have stolen your images. So I think it's just an easier thing to prove, I think.
Yeah, and I also think that you can mitigate the words being stolen really quickly by just changing a few things.
Changing the words,
in your words. But if you take somebody's images and you get caught red-handed, I just think that it's pretty obvious that you grabbed that image.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and there's all sort of debates about is it curated, and if it's on Instagram, people use it. People get into a lot of arguments about that. But if it's in a media publication, you would just go to the newspaper and say, "That's my image. Please credit me." And normally they'd do that. They don't want to get into ripping people off. But outside of that, in sort of social media, it's a bit harder sort of thing. Probably it's less of a legal discussion. It's more of a social pressure kind of situation, I'd say.
Yeah.
So these are the reasons why you might want to know if there's any plagiarism on your own site. Might affect your SEO. Did you get what you paid for? Is there a risk that your client feels that you've ripped something off? So that's one thing. If you look at reasons why you might want to know that your content's on other people's sites, is now your content could be suboptimal as well, because the content's been taken by another site, and if that site's published it very close to the time that you've published it, and they have a higher authority and more relevance, they can actually outrank you on your own content. So you've paid for
I agree
it.
with that.
Yeah, absolutely. And people, RSS feeds, people will take RSS feeds if you're not using the excerpt, you're putting out the full article. That's great for getting your content around, and if people put the links in and credit you. But if they don't, and they just put it up there, they could outrank you on your own content. So I think it's worth being aware that if you're investing in content, what's happening internally? Is it being indexed ahead of you by somewhere else? There's also the client issue that even though you've written the stuff and it's not been plagiarized, that your client may still feel that it's come from a competitor site. You get into an argument in, well, who put it up first, and can you prove it? And that could be another awkward discussion as well, because your client could use Copyscape or CopyLeaks or Grammarly or any other tool to look at the content that you've sent to them, and then they might at a later date feel that you've been ripping off somebody else's content, even though you haven't. So I think that's one thing to be aware of. And I think also, if you paid content for content somebody else is benefiting from, then obviously they're benefiting from it. But it may also be getting targeted in other ways. So if this competitor is going after you, they may be taking your content, trying to get it indexed. They might be targeting in other ways. So it depends. I mean, most of these things to me look fairly random. It's often somebody that's just copied it. But I had an issue with a local photographer who took 3 or 4 cornerstone pages, tens of thousands of words of content, and just pasted all my my content up on their site. I think they were trying to rank their own site, and interestingly enough, they blamed the SEO straight away. I mean, this is a very small business, and I didn't get the impression that they had an SEO agency, but apparently it was the SEO's fault that
Cornerstone
stuff. Yeah,
Cornerstone content theft is almost like grand theft because it costs you so much money to make that stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I think you just have to think. So I think it's worth being aware of that. There's different software tools that can scan other people's websites. We're going to talk about a couple of things in a second, but that's just interesting. There's a bit of about the debate about plagiarism. So look, there's many tools available. I've used these 3. There's many more. Grammarly's a popular tool. You can paste content in there and get a quick read on it. Copyscape's the one that people like Word AI will quote and say it's Copyscape past, or some writers platforms that I use will say it's past Copyscape. So it's kind of like an industry standard. And there's CopyLeaks, and we're going to talk about that in a second, which is another tool. But Copyscape tends to be the one that's I hear coming up being quoted most often. I don't know if you use any others, Daryl, if you're familiar with any of these ones or not.
Well, we are actually looking at how to take Siphon to an even more enterprise level. And so there is some development plagiarism stuff that we're looking at, so that we can actually go in, and when you do put something out in Siphon, you can double check that you've taken the version of it that came out to be the least plagiarized. So that's something I don't think we've talked about on here, but I've been talking to a developer for a few weeks about it, and we have it already in a test way that we can test it. It's just that you have to do it manually each time. You have to check, is this plagiarized? Is this plagiarized?
Yeah.
So what we want to do is take those combinations, and anytime a sentence is found to be plagiarized, to just grab the rewrite of that until we don't have a plagiarized sentence. So
Yeah. I mean, obviously, you can have a situation where accidental plagiarism, you've got a few percent, a small number of the sentences happen to it, because there's only so many words in the English language, and then if you talk about a particular topic, there's every chance you could have a match. But I guess if it's a high percentage, then you might want to look at it. But
in academics, this is becoming really big. topic for discussion, because it's, these tools are out there, like, there's Quillbot, there's so many of these different tools, Siphon AI, that you can use to rewrite things. So there's the academic institutions are becoming more sensitive about citing and making sure that there's this kind of stuff. And then you were showing me this CopyLeaks tool, which I've never seen before until today. And I was very impressed with the fact that it's picking up, rephrase type stuff as well. So it's kind of neat. We're
going to do a little demo on that. So so if I go forward, let's just have a look at a few things. We'll look at Siphon as a rewriter. We'll look at Article Forge as an AI writer, and then we'll do some tests on Copyscape and CopyLeaks. So if I just come out of this, so what I'm going to do is, this is actually a photographer friend of mine who's called Katie Goodwin. I often do plagiarism tests on her website, and here's her blog here. Hopefully you can see this. So this is how to choose your wedding photography style. So if I was going to try and plagiarize some of the ideas of this website, one thing I might do is go straight into, well, I'm not going to copy it or change it. I'm just going to go into Article Forge. So a little bit earlier on, just about an hour ago, I put in how to choose your wedding photography style, which is the topic there. So I get this article here. Now this is obviously 100% AI written from Article Forge, and I can say, okay, let's copy it, and then I'll just show you how Copyscape Tests works. I was working on it earlier on. Let's just refresh that, make sure we do this right. Okay, there we go, clear. So if I put in that Article Forge article, what I'll do is do a search, and it'll tell me what's come through. So actually, that's a pretty good result there. 675 words from Article Forge. Now, we know Article Forge writes some okay stuff, but it's not typically as good as a professional writer would be. It's still AI content, but that's passed through there. So let's put it through this other test, which is CopyLeaks. Now CopyLeaks is pretty good at kind of reverse engineering. So I was doing some stuff earlier on today and looked at CopyLeaks, and I'd spun an article, and then I'd it's not this one, it's a different one, and then I'd test it, and it actually was able to kind of reverse engineer it and show some of the sources, which is quite interesting. So I've not actually done this test here on this Article Forge, and this will be interesting to see what comes back. So this is going through now this seems to be a lot more of a comprehensive test than Copyscape, which kind of comes up with a hit and a percentage, and this actually breaks down to say how much content's the same, how much is hardly changed, and then how much is rephrased, is paraphrased. And obviously tools like Quillbot and Word AI and others obviously are rephrasing, and that's not a bad thing. That's completely normal, and if it passes Copyscape, that's a good result in my book. But this is interesting to see if you were looking to I guess somebody who's changing your content, you might want to be able to reverse engineer it. So let's just wait and see on this. We're nearly there. Any questions on this, Daryl, just while I'm waiting for this to finish off?
Well, yeah, I think the thing that I found with this particular tool is that it'll give you a percentage, but it'll tell you what was like a direct plagiarism versus a rewritten plagiarism, which is sort of that gray area. But I think, like you said, this is a great tool that if you do have people writing your content, that you can hold them to this standard and say, are you, you know what I mean? Are you writing original stuff? So
yeah, and I think it's great if you wanted to use this tool to share with a client and say, look here, this proves that it's legit original content. I think this is a good thing to know about. This tool, CopyLeaks, actually has 20 free tests a month, 23 pages a month, so it's well worth registering if you got it. So this is quite interesting. This is Article Forge. They found one result. There's only a 4% similar words. Nothing's identical, nothing's even minor. There's a bit of rephrasing, which is hardly 4%, hardly anything at all. I guess, so this is one way. If you wanted your article to be how to choose your wedding photography style, you've got a bit of inspiration off some titles for another blog, you could get this. Now, obviously, the challenge on Article Forge is now that you need to go into it a little bit more and make it a coherent article. So you're going to put this on a client site, a money site, you want it to probably read a little bit more like a human, and as we know with Article Forge, that's not always the case. I mean, I love the software, I use it a lot, but it doesn't always deliver a full coherent article. So if we look at the other option is to use a rewriter. So I mean, Daryl, if I know we've got Siphon here, I don't know if you want to do a similar kind of exercise on Siphon and just show a
Yeah,
rewriter?
sure. I can show that
swap,
if you
swap
want.
that over. I'll just swap.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
cool.
so anyway, just using, apples to apples, here's the article that he was talking about. It is now published. This is that Article Forge article, or is this written by a writer? Is this?
No, this was written by a writer. Yeah, so this is
Okay.
original content here as well. So the Article Forge one is just basically using the title and then just writing a new article based on the title. But obviously, to get quicker, closer to human written content, you can obviously just take an article that's already ranking and well written and then rephrase it or rewrite it rather.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is bring this into the new version of Siphon, which I've given you guys access to this last week. It'll be inside the console, but we're just reworking the whole console. So it'll show up more for you, but you can actually test this at app.mass.page/siphon/spintext. And if you click this article into here, okay, you see that there's quite a bit of text in here. Just looking through for anything that stands out. Okay, think we're good. I'm going to go ahead and hit spin. All right. And so we're going to be able to see what this tool can do. This tool that I shamelessly created to help people with MassPage to be able to reduce their costs for acquiring content and repurposing content, to try to also avoid plagiarism, because that's an important part of this, is to avoid plagiarism if you're going to repurpose content whatsoever. So yeah, if you go in here and again, I'm just going to say, even if this passes plagiarism, you should probably do some final touches to it to make it
definitely,
more originally yours as well. So I don't ever recommend just grabbing content and just sending it out as yours. It's not
I think the issue is that it's the structure, isn't it? Even if you rephrase it, you use a rewriter, that the structure looks very much the same. And if you're using this on content on a local competitor, it's not going to be long for people work that out. But this is a way of getting a massive head start for you to rework it, top and tail it, change some of the pieces inside, and end up with genuine new content.
Absolutely. So what we're doing here is we're just waiting for this to spit this out. Now look at this. This is all the content that was rewritten with artificial intelligence with Spintext. Just goes on and 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 on. Okay, this is all Spintext, all block spun sentence by sentence. Okay, so what we're going to do is go into the editor here, and you click on this. And this is the text that was rewritten from the text over here. Okay. And so what we will do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab all of this here. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and put it into Copyscape. And we're going to do a search. It says no results found.
There you go. Yeah.
On all of that text. All right. So Siphon AI will pass Copyscape 100%. All right. The next question is, if you put it into this tool here. Now, the last time I ran it had an 18.9% match. Okay. And this one bit up here, which had the actual brand in it, got an identical hit. And other than that, it didn't. So let's just go ahead and we'll try that again with a new scan. All right. And we'll take this information in here. And I'm going to show you what's going to happen. So if you have a tool like this that's more sensitive than Copyscape, we're going to probably find something that's going to hit, at least the rewritten side, maybe on the direct hit side, but we'll take a look, all right, and see what happens. Now, it's going through and it's doing its thing. But the nice thing about Siphon is if, for example, something does get a direct hit, okay, with this new module, see all these as you highlight, each one has options. So if you find one of these gets hit, you can just right click and grab another option. So this is a really cool tool to be able to do that and to be able to pick another option if that's what happens. Okay, so we're just going to go back and take a look and see. But if you don't have Siphon already, you're not already an enterprise user of MassPage tools, I would highly recommend that you get it, or else just go through and get Siphon for yourself. So I don't know if you could put up go.ht/siphon.ai.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah. Yeah. No worries.
And then it'll give you access to Siphon AI to purchase it today if you're interested in purchasing it. But if you have any questions about how it works, I put a lot of work into this. Simon knows how much work I've put into Siphon. And you can reach out to me or Simon, and we can help answer your questions. So Daryl.chat or Simons.chat, and you can reach out to us and we can help answer your questions about Siphon. If Simon doesn't have the answer, he'll reach out to me. But you can reach out to me directly, and we're really eager to help you to understand how this tool could be used to potentially save you some money on content, and this is, again, something that you have to go over the fine-tooth comb. Like if you take a look here, it says colors spelled the American way because Siphon turned it into the American way.
That's right. So it was originally OURS, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. And so we're working on those kinds of things, like with Siphon, to be able to pick what kind of English you're talking about. But at this point, it does rewrite in American English. Sometimes there are words that come up that have sort of a different spelling and things like that. So you really want to go through it with a fine-tooth comb after you do something like this, just to make sure. As you can see, this is taking some time here.
It's a very thorough test, because it is doing that like reverse engineering, because it doesn't just check for a match, it checks for paraphrasing. So I mean, it's looking across the whole web and then trying to just deconstruct stuff as well. I mean, it's very clever, but it is very detailed. I mean, Copyscape, just did it instantly, didn't it? And this was like this is going through that checking process. One other thing to say about this, Daryl, is that this actually has a code, like a script that you can put in your header or footer, and it'll actually monitor the site, and it'll check to see if any of the content that you've got on your site is elsewhere on the internet. Now, this could be an interesting service for a client. Actually, you could maybe embed it for a client and monitor if you're dealing with that, or for your own stuff if you've got a blog, whatever. I think it's quite an interesting tool. But it's like a badge that it goes into your footer of your site, and they keep an eye on your content. So that's good. So it's gradually whirring through. I see there 88%. So it's obviously thinking deeply about this one.
Yeah, absolutely. So why don't we just talk a little bit about prizes.live? If you haven't registered for prizes.live since last week on Sunday, go ahead and go in there, register, because you can get the full stack for QuickBlog. This is the last week we're doing QuickBlog. So please go ahead and sign up there. We're going to stack up those names in about 20 minutes for the drawing. So prizes.live if you haven't already done so.
And Daryl, the plan is for next week, we're going to be looking at something else. I think we're moving on to pastures new. I think that's the plan.
Yes, we do.
On the prizes,
have to actually, we got fat and lazy because Duran George hooked us up with so many nice prizes to give away.
He gave us so many prizes. Yeah.
So we have to actually do some work this week, Simon. So hey, if anybody's listening to this,
we've got some ideas. Yeah.
Anybody listening to this has a software that could be useful to businesses valued at over $50, and you're watching this, please respond and contact me and let me know about that. Okay. So look at this. So this is what we got. Identical 0.7%, right? And it just says best wedding photographers in. That's everywhere on the internet. That's everywhere.
Yeah.
Paraphrased is 15%. So it just says that this isn't out there, but this is like that. Okay.
But the whole thing is paraphrased, isn't it? I mean, Daryl, that's the thing. It's 100% paraphrased because it's from original content.
From Siphon, yeah. So the other thing I wanted to point out is that it does not find that blog that it's on. If you take a look here, these two pages here, this is the page it came from, is Katie Gowan's blog post. And if you look down here, this is kennedyblue.com and this is brides.com. So it didn't find any combination here with Siphon's rewriting. Okay, so you can of course try it on your own and test it out for yourself, but this is a real deal thing. It's a real good tool for you to work on for your content. So also, let's say for instance this was a whole sentence. You can go back to your Siphon, find that sentence, right click on it, look for one that's unique, and just grab it and put it in there and then try it again if you want to. So it's totally up to you on how you want to use it. Obviously, this uses up credits and it takes some time, so you could just just change it up a little bit. But I wouldn't have to change best wedding photographers in the world,
No.
because that's out there everywhere. That's a common phrase,
So yeah, so I mean, so there's two ways to find plagiarism. I mean, obviously using Copyscape, using CopyLeaks. CopyLeaks is obviously a much more thorough test, and it does give you that kind of what's been paraphrased, what's identical, what's parts, and then obviously a couple of different ways to do it. One is just to go out and use a full, like a full writer, like Article Forge. It will create the whole thing, and another way is use something like Siphon to take the original source and change it so much that it not only passes Copyscape, but actually there's a very small percentage match even on the rephrasing on CopyLeaks, which is a very hard test to pass. I did some stuff on a couple of articles this morning as tests, and it pretty typically found CopyLeaks finds out where it's come from, but on that one it's not done. But it's a great result. So awesome.
Awesome. Yeah. Once again, if you want to get Siphon AI, go to go.ht/Siphon AI. Go.ht/Siphon AI. And the information is on there if you have to reach out to us for any questions. Probably the best way is just reach out to me, Daryl.chat. And if you don't like me, go to Simons.chat.
That's true. That's an alternative.
Simon, and you don't like me, get lost. Okay.
Can't help you. Anyway, I had a few people come in earlier on, just a bit of a shout out, say, "Hey Walter, how you doing? Good to see you." And obviously we've got Don with us, so nice to see you, Don. Good to be with you. Nicey Nye, hello, Nicey. Good to see you. Andrew's here as well, which is great, and then Sharaf as well too. Good to see you, Sharaf. So there was a little question there: is her blog ranked high enough to be looked at? So Katie ranks very high on her site. I've helped her with her SEO for a couple of years now. She ranks number 2 for keywords like North Yorkshire wedding photographer, and she's in Northeast wedding photographer. So her keyword value is $500-600 a month, which she's very happy with. I don't quite know about the ranking of that. Obviously, my approach on blogs is to use them as supporting articles for the cornerstone pages. That's my strategy, and her cornerstone articles rank very high, so they're number 1 or 2 on those keywords that I just mentioned there. So yeah, it does rank well. A couple of things here. Facebook user, hello there, good to see you. And then David T, hi David, and hello Andrew. So yeah, just catching up on a few questions there, Daryl.
Awesome. So lifetime deal of the week you're going to mention later, right?
Yeah, we'll cover that later on if you want to. Well, I mean, whatever you want to do, but yeah, it's ready if you want it.
Okay. Yeah, let's do lifetime deal.
Okay. Lifetime deal of the week, right? Okay, let me just
drum roll.
Yeah, so look, the ever popular lifetime deal of the week. Just wanted to talk about this week's. So what I'm going to highlight is QA Pop, which is currently on PitchGround. It's essentially a Quora question analysis tool, so you can get insights from Quora, and you can look into volumes, related questions. You can see the original, you can see the number of replies on a question, whatever else. It's people are using Quora increasingly as a way to I guess look at trends to find out what questions are being asked, and also as a marketing, like a traffic source. So people going onto Quora, finding questions that have been asked that don't have much competition, might have 1 answer, 2 answers, the answer's not very good, then they're putting in a comprehensive answer to it, and then they're getting traffic to their site because they've answered the question. So it's kind of like a search engine. Some search terms actually rank Quora in the top 10 as well, so it is a way of getting organic traffic. So it's quite interesting. So Quora, QA Pop is a Quora kind of analysis tool. Go.ht/pitchground is our affiliate link if you want to support the channel and have a look at it. So you can go there. It ends in 9 days, starts from $59. This is what it looks like. I'll just show the dashboard as well. I have actually bought this. I have to confess, I bought it a couple of months ago and haven't used it until very recently. So I think that's something I need to not buy things and not and then forget I have them. But this is basically their dashboard. So you type in a number of the keywords. This is like what's SEO, is the SEO dead, and then it's come up with 40 related questions, and then it gives you this score, relevance. It shows you the traffic on that question, which I think is really good. Yeah. Number of followers that are watching that question, and you know, the number of answers as well. So this gives, you know, if you can actually dig into it and find some ones that have not got very much
good nuggets
on them. Yeah. So here's the live. Hopefully you can see that. So you basically go into the reports, you create a new report. Let's call it, I don't know if there's much mass page building stuff. We'll do a mass page one, shall we? So we'll do mass page building, bulk page builder or something. I don't know. You can get like, you know, 4 to 10 keywords is what they recommend. There we go, mass page tools in there, and it'll go away and explore. So it reckons now it's going to come up with 40 questions. Now this is going to take 7 minutes, so probably won't have time to wait for that. Here's some of the ones that I did earlier on: carpet cleaning, wedding photography, and this is the SEO example that I just showed you. And you can actually download this whole thing as a CSV, and you can also look at them in order. So you could say, well, what's the one that's got the most traffic? Well, what is search engine optimization? But there's hundreds of answers. But you could go down here to one that's got some traffic but hasn't got that many answers. So here, what's the cost of SEO services in India per month? Now the traffic's 200. There's only 7 answers that have 7,000 views. Now I'm not targeting that market, but if you were, that might be an easy thing to put a really good answer in with a link to your SEO agency in India, for example. And that would be a way.
What is that question again? What is the
cost of SEO services in India per month?
Of SEO services in India per month. I want to put it into Siphon just to see if the search will give us an answer that we could rephrase and put back in there.
Now, here's a new thing that the tool's doing whilst we're looking at that, is it's allowing you to answer the question and but using a content from a blog that you've already written. So it's taking content out, which is interesting. And there's also, you can answer a question with content that's already within Quora, which I think is interesting. So you're kind of using somebody else's content but from another answer. And there's this thing, question to blog post, and I'm not quite sure what that actually means, if I'm honest, but it's coming soon. So they are showing that they're actually doing a bit of
they're probably going to use artificial intelligence to create a blog post that that's really cool.
So it's quite interesting. And you know, we haven't got the results of the mass page one through yet, but here's a Google My Business one. But I mean, these are general ones. If I was being more niche, if you're really niched into a particular topic, you're going to find stuff that's got traffic, but it's got no answers or hardly any answers at all. And that's the kind of thing. I mean, this one here is no traffic, but 3 answers. You probably don't want that, but you might find one that's got, you know, a small number of answers but a little bit of traffic. So here's one here. Here's 600 traffic with only, oh sorry, I misread that. I thought it's more than 100. Anyway, but this is the thought process. You go through, try and find your niche, and then try and find traffic with few answers. There's one there. Look, 30 answers, 1,000 traffic. How does Google monetize Google Maps? Now that might be a little bit tricky to get past 30 answers. You'd have to take your view, but I mean, there are people that are apparently doing this as a you know, organic traffic generation tactic. They're just going through these, providing answers. And I had one on what is local SEO, and it's the only one I've answered on Quora, and I got a couple of upvotes last week on it. So you know, people are looking at stuff. You know, it's quite interesting. So that's so that is lifetime deal of the week. So QA pop, $59. Go.ht/pictureround if you want to take a look.
I think I'll use your affiliate link, Simon, and buy that one.
I hope yours do. What other affiliate links are there? But it looks like a pretty good one. It's just interesting. It's like Topic Mojo and Market News. Some of these ones, just these interesting tools that we all like questions, don't we? We want to find what people are asking. So it's pretty cool.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate that. Nicely done. So now I wanted to bring your attention to our YouTube channel. If you go to Mass Page Tools inside the search, you're going to see this red post here. You may have already seen it. It's got 207 views on it right now. This is a pay-per-click Google Ads training and early access to PPC agency in a box, which is called Agency Ad by David Cassar. This webinar is loaded with good information. So even if you're not buying it, or you're, whatever, you already have PPC kit, you don't need it, watch the video at least. Refer it to other people that maybe don't have it, because this is a really good resource for you, because there are some tips in here that you don't hear in other places when they talk about PPC ads. Just little nuggets in there that are a bit understated, but I definitely have watched it a couple times through, and there's definitely a couple little tricks in there that he throws in. So definitely check out this video on our channel, Mass Page Tools. And if you haven't already liked and subscribed this video that you're watching right now, please go ahead and do that inside of the group. So I do appreciate that. Now, if you would like to get the agency ads and support me, go to agencyads.com/Daryl. You'll get the full replay of the webinar, and also the special link that gets you like $1,700 off, like ridiculous. So yeah, agencyads.com. And David Cassar, he stands by his products. He doesn't just like launch a bunch of cheapo JVZoo things. He has real things that are real businesses. So he stands by it. I've used PPC Kit with selling to clients a PPC campaign along with an SEO campaign, and literally pick up an extra $1,500 just to manage their PPC. And 90% of the work is done with PPC Kit right up front. And then all you have to do is just handle the negative keywords and handle like little tweaks and tuning. And for $1,500 a month, that's really great cash flow. So look at this agency PPC in a box, DFY PPC agency in a box, because it would definitely be another way to diversify your money in the year of 2022. So definitely want you to consider that. Like I said at the beginning of the program, I hope to have an update for you about Mass Website Builder next week. Still ironing out some things, and just wanted to get a timeline and that kind of stuff together so we can let you know when that will be open, and the people that have the founders upgrade and things like that, when those features will be rolled out to you, so that you can have access to the latest and greatest that we've been working on. So we'll have that for you hopefully next week. This week for our Domain Kicks Wednesday, I'm going to be talking about, let's go ahead and open up Domain Kicks. You want to throw in the link to get Domain Kicks? That would be great.
I will do that. Yeah.
Domainkicks.com is the website, but this is the link that he's going to throw up for you for Domain Kicks. We do a feature on Wednesdays. Last week we did, what did we do? We did colors, right?
Colors, that was it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's go.ht/kicks. And last week we did colors. This week I'm going to do place types. So example, avenue, street, world, zone, like
planet.
all those kinds of planet. All of those kinds of things. So we'll grab all of those keywords. We'll throw them in along with the list of keywords that I have. And so we'll take a look what places can combine. We kind of found a cool one. Was it pinkflash.com? Somebody grabbed that.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah.
So and if we get enough people to watch on a regular basis, we might do another domain giveaway on Wednesday. So be sure to tell all your friends about Domain Kicks Wednesday. My sidekick, I like to say, Simon Hogman, is along with me.
You're my sidekick.
We're side kicking on Domain Kicks Wednesday. So
that's it.
Absolutely, guys. So we'd love to have you there, and it's a lot of fun because literally, we're sitting on the edge of our seat whether we're going to find something that's worth $75,000.
Let's be honest. It doesn't sound exciting, does it? Looking for domains coming up live, it actually is quite exciting. And every week we find one that is worth thousands of dollars, and people can buy them live as they pop up. And we do a quick analysis and we look at values and stuff. So it is actually quite exciting. You should come along Wednesday nights. Join us.
Yeah. Yes, it's at 6:00 Eastern time, and that's 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock your time.
11 o'clock. 11 o'clock UK time. Yeah.
Yep. So again, prizes.live. This is your last chance. You got about 3 minutes. If you haven't gone to prizes.live to fill it in, please do so now. And I'll go grab that list. We're going to ask Simon to do the time filling a little bit. We can talk a little recap.
Oh, that's okay. Well, I'm gonna have a little shout out to a few people. Second best 5 minutes on Sunday. I think that's Don though. He's probably talking about you a bit, actually, Daryl. Let's be honest, not LTD it. That's great. Thanks, Andrew, for your comments there. I think Andrew liked the QA pop discussion there, so glad that was useful. Just to say hello to Orlandis. So hi to all. It's Orlandis' second time watching our YouTube channel. He likes what he's hearing. Thank you for emailing me to join in. So yeah, great to have you with us. Really appreciate it. It's obviously great to have new people join us and watching and saying hello. So yeah, if you are new or old or young or whatever, it's always nice to have a shout out and say hello. That's great. And we've got L Couch here. Second live domain kicks 2. I'm in AZ, wasn't sure the time for Sunday live, so AZ's Australia, I guess, so kept checking in all morning. So yeah, good to have you with us. We do have people from all over the world, which is great, so thank you for joining us. Don is fastest finger wins a killer domain. But that is on Domain Kicks Live, because that is right. It just pops up in real time. Daryl has to do all he can to not buy some of the domains that comes up. You do see him. He's not very going to poker face on these things, because you can see him getting excited and thinking,
I'm
he's
like,
going to write a little list. It's like, oh no.
I sometimes want to sit on the sidelines, but some days I just can't help myself. I just have to maybe jump in, or at least take a bookmark and put it in the cart at least. To take a look.
Go through the process. Yeah, go through the process. Yeah,
yes. I do that. I know enough to do that. But yeah, so I got to get these list of names together. You want to do a little recap of what we talked about today? And
so yeah, just apologies to El Couch there, Arizona. Sorry about that. That's my Englishness coming through there. So AZ Arizona, not Australia. Apologies for that. So today we spent a bit of time talking about plagiarism, and we looked at what plagiarism is, how to spot it, why you might want to spot it on your own site, particularly because of risk, client risk and reputational risk, and why you also might want to know if other people are using your own content, because it might also damage your SEO. And then we did a bit of a test. We looked at Copyscape, which is the plagiarism kind of industry standard tool. That's the tool that people like Word AI will say, it's Copyscape passed, or if you're on a writer's platform, might say Copyscape passed. And we showed 2 ways to use different tools to get a Copyscape passed article. One was using Article Forge, the other one was using Siphon AI, and we also showed Copy Leaks, which is a new tool I've been using, and Daryl just signed up for it today as well. And it's a much more, I would say, comprehensive, maybe sort of tougher test to pass. So if you really want to try and reverse engineer where content has come from, it'll very quickly identify paraphrased content. But we saw when using both Article Forge and Siphon AI, there was an extremely low level of paraphrasing, even though on the Siphon tool it was 100% rephrased. That's it was paraphrased. Actually only found 15%, which I think was pretty impressive, and the things it was picking up were some of the brand facts. So that was just a bit of an insight into how to make content from existing content, if you want to do that, and also how to spot it on other people's sites too. And then we did Lifetime Deal of the Week, QA Pop, on PitchGround, go.ht/PitchGround. And then we also talked about prizes live. So I think Daryl's just doing the list now, but if you want to enter a prize, we're doing a different draw every week for a SaaS prize. So it's hopefully something, well, not hopefully, we will make sure it's something that is helpful for a business. So it's going to be at least $50, probably more. And with first block of prizes, we've had our Quick Blog, which is a blog management platform that you can paste into a site and control your blog posts centrally, and that's worked very well. I'm a big fan of that. I use it on some of my sites, and but we've run out of codes after this one. We've given them all away on our prizes live, and we're going to have to come up with something new for next week, which we will do. And we're talking to some people already about that. Actually, we can't reveal anything yet because it's not confirmed, but yeah. And then just final thing, L Couch there. Good to see paraphrase content demonstrations, all new to me. Good to see Siphon. Yeah, well, great. Hopefully we show some new stuff there. That's fantastic. And Andrew's just found a product called Clear Flask. and reminds me of Purple Flask domain. There you go.
Yeah.
Pink Flask I think was the one that we found, wasn't it? But that was a
you saw Purple
one,
too. Yeah.
And anyway, so that's our recap.
Awesome. Good job. Thank you very much. We have got the names from this past week, prizes.live. If you want to register for next week, just see it right on your screen there. So this is for a 4-stack for QuickBlog, the final prize of QuickBlog. Now the
4 stacks, the full stack on AppSumo as well. You get 90. You can control 90 blogs with that. So that's the full stack on AppSumo, which is pretty good.
Yep. Now, if you have won already, quick stack from me, I'll give you a chance to win a domain instead. But we'll see who wins this, because I think a couple of people have already gotten the quick stack. So we just wanted to just throw that out there. But only one person gets drawn on today's drawing. So are you guys ready?
I'm ready. Yeah, all good.
Here we go. Spinning the wheel for a 4-stack, a $250 value. Looks like Darren Hall.
Darren, well done, Darren. Yeah, new name, brilliant.
Darren
well
Hall.
Done, Daryl.
Okay.
Darren.
So we'll reach out to Darren Hall via email, or Darren, if you're watching right now, reach me out at daryl.chat, and we'll go ahead and get you that prize, the stack of stuff, for the QuickBlog passes for AppSumo that will help you to get access to the top stack. So, all right, now the next thing.
Well done.
Next thing is we're going to give away a domain. So this is the final giveaway of the night. So we're looking to give away carseatbelt.com, buybedsonline.com, bugsremoval.com, and averagegasprices.com. I'm going to look up the values of these while we're waiting for people to put their first and last names in to the chat, so we can go ahead and get you covered with that. So
yeah, that's great. Are you gonna share the values before the draw or after? No,
I'll do it before. Yeah, we'll gotta
okay.
wait for this to come in here.
Yeah. So put your names in chat, everyone. Nobody yet. So we've got David T.
Okay.
L Couch, which I think might be Lucy. Couch.
Yeah.
Andrew Folk. CX3P. Rod.
Okay. All right, I gotta write these in here.
I thought
I know
what you were doing.
I was busy. David T. I was trying to remember them all. So David T. L Couch. I could never be a waiter because I would never.
No, you failed there badly.
I would be like, okay, say that again.
Right. Do you want me to go through the list, or are you reading them off?
3P. I'm reading them off. Rod K. Don S. Colin A. Paul P. You got some great regular people. The regulars that are here, we appreciate you guys coming week after week. Supports the channel. We really appreciate it.
There's Stephen there, just saying, hey, Stephen, good to have you with us. Thank you very much for joining.
Let's see, Stephen just made
made it for the last minute. You missed my bit, Stephen. That's not right. You just made it for the giveaway.
Yeah. I put Stephen Cruz in there for the giveaway. I hope that's okay.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Darren. Okay, we don't have Darren in here, so anybody else, go ahead and put your name in for the domain giveaways that we have. Carseatbelt.com, buybedsonline.com, bugsremoval.com.
Yeah, and let's show the list, shall we?
Yep.
Show the wheel.
There's the wheel.
Nice.
And are we missing anybody?
Just checking now. Don S, Rod, CX, Andrew, Lucy, David. Okay, last chance, everyone, to be in the draw.
Okay, I'm just going to run these through Nameworth so you get an idea from them, and then we'll also do it for
Stephen's saying he's going to watch from the beginning when we're done. I'm just joking. You watch as much or little as you like, Stephen. It's okay.
All right, let's see here. Let's see what came up. Oh, look at this, 24,000.
No, the seatbelt one. The seatbelt one. We looked at this last time. Remember we had it 4 or 5 weeks ago, and the organic traffic on that one was massive.
Wow.
Just on that as a
I
search
changed
term,
my mind. Let's get him a dud.
Yeah. Let's say
Somebody get a dud domain, please. Let's replace this one.
Let's not have that one.
All right. So buy beds online, carseatbelt.com, bugsremoval.com, and averagegasprices.com.
I mean, they're all good. I mean, they're all more than $10, aren't they? These are all premium domains with value. But yeah, car seatbelt, I don't know. That's what I would go for.
Sharath, we got to add Sharath in here.
Sharath, yeah. We'll get you in there, Sharath. Stephen's saying I'm funny. I'm absolutely deadly serious, Stephen. I don't know what you're talking about. Andrew's laughing at somebody. Anyway, we've got Akini. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name very well at all. Failed on that, but make sure you are on the list.
Yep. We have Andrew Falk on here. Yep, we do.
Yeah, Andrew's there. Right, Paul P.
All right.
Paul P's there. Yeah, we're good. We're all in.
All right. Let's see. We roll this wheel here. See what happens. Is it Don?
No.
Don.
Well done, Don.
You did it, my friend.
That's good.
I think you're catching up to Tim.
Oh, Patrick.
Yeah, Patrick Forbes.
Missed that.
I'm
Patrick,
so sorry.
Missed you there. Sorry.
Oh,
we'll get you in for next time.
Shoot. Patrick just.
It's only just popped up there. Yeah.
Okay. So Don S. Congratulations. If you want to tell us which domain you would like to grab and crash and grab with and take with you away from the show. Carseatbelt.com, buybedsonline.com, bugsremoval.com, and averagegasprices.com. All right. Whatever you do, don't pick A because I'll be really upset. I didn't know it was yeah. Oh, Walt didn't make it either. Oh, we got to. I don't know if we're on a delay or what, but you guys missed out on this. So Walter and Patrick, you guys got to get here nice and early next time. I think what it was.
We did draw it at 11. To be fair, didn't we? We were on time, so
yeah.
But we'll try and make sure everyone's in for next time. So
yeah, try to get here 5 minutes early.
Don's going for D. He's gone for He's gone for A.
He went for A. Yeah. Car seatbelt. Let's look at that value one more time. Car seatbelt premium, $24,500. So you're going to have, I'm sure, a great blog about why it's so important to have seatbelts, and then you're going to send them to your Amazon affiliates and all that good stuff. So
yeah. The keywords on that is like it's dog seat belts, it's seat belts for pregnant ladies, it's the whole thing. There's loads of it there. Yeah. We looked at it weeks ago. There's a lot there. So yeah, best of luck with that one. That'll be a good one. Yeah.
So reach out to me. You know how to reach me, Don. So we'll get that over to you. So congratulations. Wow, what a show, guys. Folks, make sure you get here probably the last 10 minutes, because if we do the giveaway just a little bit early, we try to hit it right at the top of the hour. But if we've said everything we can possibly say, we pretty much are going to end up running it. So we do ask that the last 10 minutes or so that you're here just in case, so we don't have a close call like that. So really sorry, Patrick and Walter, guys, that you missed out on this one. So you make dog seatbelts?
What?
Really? Wow.
No way, Don. Don does everything. Don does everything. He does SEO, digital marketing. He's a videographer, I believe. He does dog seatbelts. Absolutely everything. Fantastic.
Wow. Hey,
repairs.
I saw Dick on TikTok matching motorcycle helmets for your dog. So you can put them in a little thing and have the motorcycle helmet match up with yours. Nice. Yeah. So dog owners are crazy good customers.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, all right. So I guess this is the last chance if you guys want to come up here to be a guest. Don, if you want to come up, feel free. You come up here sometime. So go.ht/guest, go.ht/guest, and we'll get you on up here and make sure that we get a chance to talk to you. So anybody that would like to join and answer questions?
Just whilst that's doing that, I'll just do a little plug on my coaching group, which is tomorrow, if that's all right, Daryl. Just if people will
Plug away.
So yeah, I do a coaching group every week. Actually, Don is in the coaching group, and we cover a different topic every week. So tomorrow we're talking about Google business profiles. We talk about local SEO. We talk about mass page building. Last week we talked about AI content. Not on the 38th of January. That was a different date, but it's recorded on Zoom. It's up to 2 hours. We have a good conversation. There's a general Q&A about anything that I can help you with on anything digital marketing wise. It's £17 per month, cancel every time, anytime, and you can join at go.ht/Simon Coach if you want to join. It's Monday tomorrow night at 8 p.m. UK time, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's my little plug whilst we're all finishing up.
Really, really nice. Okay. Well, I don't see anybody coming up as a guest.
No.
I think we had a complete show. We got to show a lot of things off. Just to like recap, the video that you want to see is agencyads.com/Daryl. This ends on Tuesday at midnight, so make sure you get access to that discount if you're at all interested in the PPC kit from David Kasser and Mike Martin, and this done for you system. So we're going to bring up Don so he can come up and tell us what he's doing with our seatbelts. Hey, Don, how's it going?
Hey, Don.
How are you guys doing?
Yeah, good to see you.
Your voice is a little low. Not sure if you can crank up your mic a little bit.
Let me try that.
It sounds like you're coming from the laptop or something, not from the headset.
How's this?
Nope. Still not getting. It sounds like it's far in an echo room.
We can hear you, but just not very strongly. You could speak up. We'd probably be all right if you can't get the mic fixed.
Yeah.
Okay. So. All right. Yeah, we'll just continue on.
That's okay.
Yeah, we can hear you. We'll make do. Yeah, no worries.
Good. So, what do you got? What do you got in mind for the car seatbelt website?
Just well, put some blog articles on it for a while and drive some traffic and make it active.
There you go.
It's working now. Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
And then probably sell it off.
Yeah, flip it.
Yes,
that's what I would do. Yeah,
that's a good idea.
You got some good value there. You get some traffic that'll go along with that. It's really good. And you've been watching our Domain Kicks Wednesdays as well. What do you like about that show?
It's pretty interesting, showing all the different domains and the combinations, and then it gets all the gears going because this is trying to imagine what keywords go with what you would have.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, definitely. We hope to help people with how to sell them as well, and drop little tips here and there inside of the programming. But yeah, we're grateful to have you as a regular viewer, listener, and you participate in the group. Really appreciate what you do, Don. I mean, every time I do that survey of who's using our Facebook group the most, you've won I don't know how many weeks in a row. So I'm grateful for all that you put into the website. So Facebook.
Just trying to support you guys because
that's great.
Help you drive traffic to your sites because you guys are doing good things.
Well, appreciate it. Yeah, I appreciate it. And now
appreciated. Yeah.
Is there any anything you want to say to Tim Judge right now? Now that you're talking directly to him.
Nah.
All right, we'll make sure he sees that.
We'll send him a short. We'll send him a clip. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Don. I appreciate you coming up here.
Yeah.
All right, no worries. You guys have a good day.
You too. Thank you. Bye-bye. All right, there you go.
Brilliant. Lots of fun. Yeah.
Awesome. So Tim Judge and I think Don and Tim Judge are the highest winners on the show so far. So they won the most prizes. Tim's just a lucky guy. I don't know. He's not even here every week like Don. Don's here every week.
Yeah.
And then Tim just shows up and just grabs a win. It's just not fair. Anyway, so well, guys, thank you so much for being here for our Sunday Live. This is our February 6th edition. Be sure to subscribe and like our videos and share to those that could use some valuable information. If anybody could use our software or the things that we talk about, go ahead and tell them about it, because spreading the word for these small software creators is a great thing. We really love that kind of thing. And Simon's got some great courses, and just by supporting the channel, by being here, is a big thing. So be sure to check out what Simon has to offer. Take a look at Siphon, take a look at Domain Kicks. Spend some time with Mass Page Tools. I'm doing it because I want to offer something that can be valuable to you. The idea that Siphon AI can be as good as the best of them, it's something that I built by hand with a lot of hard work, a lot of money, a lot of effort. So if you guys find it valuable, I appreciate your support on that, because there's a lot more to come on that as well. All right, Simon, anything you want to close with?
No, it's all good. I've enjoyed this week. Good to see you, and look forward to seeing it on Wednesday for Domain Kicks Live, and I'll see everyone in my coaching group tomorrow night. So yeah, all good.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. We'll see you again next week. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.